Are you ready for the ultimate bikepacking weekend adventure? Join us for an unforgettable self-supported bikepacking trip through Southwest Virginia. The Grayson Gravel Pie Bikepacking Adventure travels along the Virginia Creeper Trail, the beautiful gravel roads of Grayson County, Virginia, and the New River Trail. All lodging and camping arrangements are included, along with daily routes and guides riding along with you. This self-supported adventure offers resupply opportunities every 20 miles for your food and water needs. Find out more at graveltraveldirt.com.
You're listening to Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt.
Hi, everybody. I'm Brian.
And I'm Joey.
Folks, this is episode 242 of Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. If you're new here, folks, this is a podcast where we talk about gravel bikes, adventure biking, bike packing. Tonight, we're going to reminisce a little bit because this is kind of like our anniversary episode. Like it's in the window.
Yeah.
It's the beginning of the year. We started this around the beginning of the year.
And I'm going through all our old stuff.
Yeah, we've been going through old episodes, and I've been going through titles and all the different tracks, and so we're going to reminisce a little bit, but we also do tend to talk about bike camping sometimes and just playing bikes.
Well, we're doing bike camping next week.
That's right.
Yeah.
It is the Rodeo Labs Southern Migration, or Rodeo Rally Southern
It's more than I
Migration.
bit off to chew, or whatever that's called.
You bit off more than you probably want to chew.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. There's tons of opportunities for you to shortcut things, and I've looked at the route, and you can do it. No problem.
Yeah,
we'll do it together.
I looked at it last night for the first time. I
Did
didn't look
you?
at the route. All I just saw was 89.3, 89.4.
You just looked at the
Like first
mileage.
2 days, I'm like, balls.
Well, there's lots of downhill in Florida.
It's only like 1,800 feet of elevation for
it's
90
nothing.
miles.
But, it'll roll easy. You'll be
Yeah.
surprised how simple. And there's no rush to get the day done.
Yeah.
We got all day. It's easy peasy. And you got to pack light.
I got a new toy from Matt for it today.
What'd you get?
Sine wave dynamo with the USB.
Nice.
I might be out there past everyone else, so I need the light.
I'm going to put lights on my bike.
Yeah.
Like not like a be seen light, but a to see light.
Yeah.
I'll charge up all my lights and put all that with us. And we're going to talk a lot more about that though when we get back.
Yeah.
But I am looking forward to that.
If I make it back.
It's a relatively small group. I think there's 40-ish people.
There's 40 official people, and then you and me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that what it comes to? All right. Well, and then we're doing it's put on. I guess he does it. A Single Track Samurai does it every year.
Yeah, with rodeo.
But does he do it with rodeo every year?
It looks like rodeo's been dating back to like 2017 doing it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, after we had Steven on from Rodeo Labs, we got after we kind of went off air, so to speak. He was like, "Why aren't you guys going to be at this?" And so
I didn't read to the bottom of the newsletter, I'm going to be honest.
yeah,
It was on the newsletter.
It's a small group, so it probably filled up pretty fast.
Yeah.
It probably did fill up pretty fast because it's a fun group of people. Dave's going to be there. Matt's going to be there. I don't know who else.
Every staff member from rodeo will be there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And I'll be on my Otso.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, it is what it is.
We can put some masking tape on your and then write rodeo.
We could actually put a masking tape over top of it and say fake animal. That's a good idea. Or
What's the opposite of a flannel shirt?
linen. A
linable.
A linable.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it was Flanders was the genesis.
Yeah.
Remember we talked about it was Flanders animals. So it's
I
not
say for the average person.
the flannel. Yeah, it kind of has a flannel connotation. Before we get into all that, though, remember, folks, there's some great discount codes over in the show notes. Make sure to go and check them out. They're all the same. Whatever you need is there. And as we've said in the past, maybe try some of those codes on some different bike websites, and you might be surprised
What
you could
episode
find.
are we on?
We are on episode 242. What are you looking for?
The show notes.
I
I was digging through so many old ones.
It's about time to look that up.
Yeah.
While you're doing that, I've got a couple of things to chat about. The Steal Your Face sticker drop for Patreon folks is getting ready to go out. That's going to be the January sticker drop. And I don't know if there's a drum roll, but we teased the new sticker that's going to be for February.
Your old soundboard.
What's that?
You have it on your soundboard.
teased it.
The drum roll.
The drum. I don't know if I have a drum. I don't know.
No, not on this one. Sorry.
I know I've got sound effects on this one too.
Oh.
I don't know what any of them are though, so I won't use the button. The new we teased it sort of the end of the year, and I released the graphic yesterday.
It looked graphic, if you know what I mean. Like you teased it, but
I know what your comment was. It's a gravel whoopie pie. So it is a whoopie pie in homage to our good friends up in Pennsylvania. And I knew there was a small group of people that I circulated that graphic to while I was working on it, and I knew I hit the nail on the head. I got a comment back from a family member of one of my friends that I sent it to, and the comment was, it's one of those things you get from Sheets, but it's got gravel in it. So I knew that I'd kind of nailed it at that point.
I've never had a Sheets whoopie pie.
You never had a Sheets whoopie pie? Yeah, good stuff. I don't know that you can get them down here at Sheets.
No, but I can go to Loveville and get some today. I just realized that.
Yeah. So
We should have got some for today.
So that's exciting, and who knows? Maybe you'll be able to get some of these stickers that we're doing for the Patreon folks at some point in the future. But these are going to be Patreon specific, or maybe in person specific for quite some time. So getting ready to order those stickers to get ready for our adventure in Florida next week. I have added a couple of tailfin bags to my tailfin rack. I got some of their little 10-liter mini panniers. So I'll be rolling my 20-liter Aeropex on top of the rack and 2 little 10-liter mini panniers. And then I'll put my polecats on the fork, which carries my tent and my sleeping pad. And then my Revelates. I go back and forth between the Apidura full frame bag and my Revelate just frame bag, the half frame bag, so I can put my water bottles back down below, and then use my feed bags to carry tchotchke and food and stuff like that. Use them for what they're designed for. So we'll talk more about how that's going to play out in a future episode when we recap all of that. I do need Joey to start talking about
Your own trip?
our Pennsylvania gravel weekends that are coming up. The end of May, it's like the last weekend in May and the first weekend tipping into June. It's 5 days, 4 nights in beautiful Canton, Pennsylvania, which if you're familiar is it's sort of the northern end of the Pine Valley Rail Trail, but about half an hour to the east. And beautiful farmland. Got some beautiful game lands, got some beautiful state park up there, got 4 days of riding, and all your food's included. We're going to sag you around and make sure that you get from the start to the finish. It is difficult in Pennsylvania to put together routes that are less than 100 feet per mile. So there's going to be a little bit of challenge with this. We got a 20-mile, and then I think a 30-mile, and then a 35, and then like a 50 or something in this. So I've ramped the days up towards the end of the week. And there's lots of shortcuts. One of the nice things about the last day is there's plenty of opportunities because it's a big loop that goes to the east through some of the farmland. There's massive opportunities to shave miles off by just cutting that loop short. So plenty of opportunity to do things a little bit differently if you want. But we do need to start filling that up. So if you're interested, make sure to check that out. Early bird pricing ends at the end of February. So the prices go up just a little bit at the beginning of March. So make sure to jump on that. It's going to be 2 fantastic weekends. Beautiful house, beautiful gravel. Can't say enough about it. We're going to talk a little bit more about that again in a future episode. The rest of my summer, this coming up year, we can talk at some point, maybe in the next couple of weeks, about some of the events that are coming up. But I'm doing the West Virginia Allegheny Mountains gravel loop again for ACA, and then I've got ESR in July, and some of us have started to put our heads together on Trans Virginia and Great Divide. So I'm excited. I think we're talking about doing Trans Virginia this year, right? In 24?
In the fall.
In the fall?
Right, yeah, not May.
Okay. Yeah, not in the grand depart window.
No.
But doing it sort of. But we're talking about doing the whole thing, like starting in the city and going all the way to the end. It's like, 550, 600 miles?
Yeah, it's not that ridiculous.
Yeah, we can do that. And then Great Divide. Larry and I.
Yeah, that's not me.
Larry and I have been talking about it, and it's a little over 2,700 miles. And I've got a couple of guide friends that have I've mentioned it to, and they're like, maybe there's some part of that that's in my future. But you would love to join us for some of it, right?
Yeah, it might be a quick, 1-day trip.
Would you would you be more interested in the northern end or the southern end? Because I want to go southbound.
Yeah, no, I was thinking the Colorado climbing doesn't sound appealing.
Yeah,
Maybe the northern end.
the northern end.
It looks beautiful up there. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Maybe start with everyone. It's probably easier to find a place to start,
yeah.
and that way it's not in case there's trying to link up on the route might be a little tough.
I've my friend John sent me some of the big general windows of if you're going northbound, you want to start this time of the year and go north. If you're going southbound, you want to start this time of the year and go south. So I think a lot of that will dictate. It's I think the hard part for you obviously with the shop is going to be a middle of the summer kind of a departure. Yeah. It's going to be a mid to late July departure and probably about a 2 to 2.5 month 60 days. 60
for you guys.
60 to 75 days. And because nobody's out there trying to set any records. I want to go enjoy it. I want to do the whole thing. It's one of those bucket list things. And, I'm not getting any younger. None of us are. So it's kind of time to begin thinking about some of those big things. So,
by the time I get old, they'll have a solution figured out to make people younger.
So wouldn't that be? Well, that would be scary because then if you think about it, the world would get overrun with people.
Yeah.
Not like it's not already.
Yeah.
There's people everywhere. I'm tired of people. Anything going on here at the shop? And I didn't even mention that again.
We're back in the shop again.
We're back in the shop. This is the second week in a row?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we skipped the holiday week. Right?
Did we?
Yeah, we skipped doing it. We didn't do
No, we
anything
did this last week.
I can't remember. I
think it was last week.
No, I think we skipped last week. We did the week before. We were ahead of Christmas, and isn't that crazy how this time of the year you can't even remember what's happened from then to now? It's like the days all run together.
Man, I'm trying to think. It don't matter.
It don't matter. Anything going on at the shop?
Now I'm having a total brain fart because I'm trying to think of what.
No, don't worry about that.
It's just first of the year. Most of our inventory's done.
Oh, you finished your inventory?
Most of it.
Nice.
I still got to reconcile, but that's what everyone's doing right now this time of year.
Yeah, I saw that Hush Money was shut down.
Other shops.
Yeah.
Tis the season.
Yeah.
No, not much. I had a. No, like I said, it's such a blur. I can't remember last week.
Well, it's that time of year where, that the time between Christmas and
we recorded
New Year's.
that. Yeah, because I took off a few days last week. Spent some time with Jess.
Yeah.
Rode my bike a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the shop. It sounds boring, but no, it is what it is.
It's a time of year.
Got a lot of good bikes coming in. Excuse me. A big run of Cannondales this last week. I got some new carbon top stones and some cruisers. And
Nice.
so, yeah.
Nice. I'm sitting in front of or behind, however you want to look at it, what might be the next bike in my lineup, a little Kona Unit
I
X.
just sold it.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Sold it online?
Double the price. No, they got plenty of those in stock.
Okay. I did notice that they got plenty of the mediums.
Yeah.
They don't seem to have any other sizes, but the medium seems to be pretty available. Mm-hmm. So I think that's going to be the right bike for Trans-Virginia, for the Divide. It's simple. It's a 1x, hydraulic in the brakes, but cables for the shifting, decent group set, plenty of clearance for tires. You could actually, tons of mounting options for bags. Mm-hmm. And you could, if the mood moved you, put a suspension fork on that. They've sized the headset for it. But I think for me, a red stem, like a
red stem? A red shift?
Red shift. A red shift. A shock stem on.
I don't know if they make them that small.
Yeah, they do.
Down to 40 millimeters?
I would need to actually.
Or you need like a 70 or 80.
I think I would need to pull that bar forward a little bit with a medium.
Pull it forward or push it forward?
Push it forward. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, you know what I mean.
I was like, are you going back?
I'd have to actually stretch it out just a little bit. I sit a little upright in the time that I rode that bike. I feel like the standover height is good for me and the frame size is good for me, but I felt like I was sitting a little bit upright. I think I want to get down just a little bit. And Moloko bars. Thinking about changing out the bars to give me more hand positions. So really starting to think about a long distance, flat bar, bike packing adventure bike. And that might really fit the bill. You want to jump in and take a look at Strava Club real quick?
Yeah. John Gray's been on here before because that's my parents' neighbor growing up.
Really?
But no, different John Gray. Chesapeake, Virginia with 118.5. Oh, man. Josh Bennett from Wilmington, North Carolina. Oh, we got the whole spectrum with 192.2. And Pamela McCormick from Erie, Pennsylvania with 273.1.
That is a big week.
Yeah.
Woo.
Top 100 was 102.8.
That's up like I think it was like
a few miles,
14 or 16 miles from last week.
Because I made it up to 98.6, and I was like, I need another mile and a half for 100. I'm not hunting numbers, but
no. Why do you want to hunt numbers?
We're at 932.
We're continually just jumping up.
Yeah,
a few numbers every week. So get your friends, jump in the Strava Club.
Hide your wife.
Okay, let's reminisce, Joey. I listed on here a bunch of episodes. And I tried to find.
Are we just going to talk about Wes the whole time?
So Wes isn't even on here. You just brought Wes up, not me.
Boy.
Wes was only here for like 60 epides.
Yeah,
and we're in the 240s. Who is Wes? I don't even remember who that is.
He's probably still taking. He probably has access to all our Patreon and
taking
all the money.
Is. I should change the passwords. I'm not very security minded, but Wes is also not very technical minded. So. When do you think? Well, we did this together, so I'm not gonna. I was gonna ask you questions and try to get you to guess. Our first gravel event promoter appearance was Alex.
Yeah.
From Dirty Kitten, and that was way back in episode 7.
I don't know
how in the world did she even realize like we would be something that she would want to come on and talk about? Because
well, I think at the time. There wasn't many podcasts around, like gravel podcast.
Yeah, it was.
Now it's like
it was ahead of COVID.
Yeah,
so we were a couple of years ahead of COVID, and COVID sort of like it popped. First, Dave Pryor experience. I was surprised that Dave was after Alex, but it wasn't long after. Dave Pryor, episode 10. Episode 10. We had so many. You were just going through the list. We had so many people, and we actually had a lot of Patreon support. We probably had more Patreon
That's
support.
what I'm saying. We had more then.
Episode 15 than we might have now. That's a lesson that we didn't take very good care of our Patreon members, and we are now.
Yeah.
We're starting to take very good care.
I think because I was in charge of mailing stickers. So
it's okay. It's all good. It's all good. It's our podcast. We can do whatever we want. And this was sort of a highlight for me. I remember when I was in Asheville in episode 24 when I got a voicemail from Allison Tetrick. And that was something that I think Dave had arranged. And it was about what bourbon. Remember we had commented on the fact that we didn't think that she really carried bourbon on Unbound, and she corrected us and gave us her bourbon of choice. So,
but did she actually carry it?
I don't know. Oh. She said she did. So that was really cool for me.
Yeah.
Episode 24.
Oh, you were freaking out.
Yeah. I was in the middle of Blue Ridge Bliss. I was in the middle of a tour.
Oh, yeah. I was on the turtle ride and you texted me.
Yeah. I actually went into Asheville with some participants to like go to a brewery or something. And I was driving them in and I got cell phone service. And lo and behold, there it was. Cynthia Frazier, now Cynthia Carson, sorry. Gravista talked about her event, Gravista, way back in episode 43. Still one of our highest numbered episodes. Hunter Allen talking about gravel and power way back in episode 56. I don't know why, but it's literally, I think, one of our highest, and it continually shows up over and over again. Maybe he's out there just listening to it himself. I don't know.
Yeah, I've heard some stuff about him. Maybe he is.
I don't know. Episode 60, Matt shows up from Croatan Buck 50, and it was episode 101 where we had Leland and Christy to talk about Unbound.
Yeah.
That feels to me like it was much later in the window. That was kind of cool, though. I enjoyed that conversation. to hear about that. Episode 111. This was a long time ago. This was
Is that long ago?
2.5 years ago.
My bag shipped.
Yep, we had Justin from
Like
Rootworks.
yesterday.
When's it going to show up?
I don't know. I didn't look. As long as I saw it shipped.
Okay.
Wow, that was a long time
That was a long time ago. And you remember that was one of the first episodes where we were doing video?
Oh, yeah, we were in my
And-
kitchen.
Yeah, we were in the kitchen and we were doing video, and I think, had him on Zoom, and he started showing the bag. He actually brought the prototype bag over that he had on the stand and was showing it off. That was just so long ago. And then Ted and I both got suckered into buying the bag from China, and it shipped and cost us like $800 to get it here or something silly like that. But still a great bag. You've got yours on there. So you've been using mine for a
Yeah.
couple weeks. You like it?
I do.
Yeah.
It's really easy to use.
You were able to fit the camera and
I had all kinds of stuff in there.
donuts and all sorts of
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
in that bag.
And I had my jacket in there the other day. I've had a lot of stuff in there.
You notice the strap too. You can also like strap a jacket to the top. That's what I would typically do when I would roll that bag. Is I'd strap a jacket to the top.
Oh, yeah, I get that Monday.
Oh, score.
Yeah.
Score, nice. Kelly Catali, episode 158,
Oh, yeah.
right on the heels. And I know this wasn't the first time that Travis was on, but I know
No,
that
Travis was number 8, I think.
was it? I know he was back in the early days,
I
too.
think Travis was either just before or just after Dave got by an episode.
Yeah, and I think Pat was too. Because
yeah.
we had the grand conversation about how we were mispronouncing all of the Pennsylvania names.
Oh, yeah.
How we were calling Lancaster, and boy, did
Trying
we
to
agree for
pronounce
that.
Lulakaweka Hundo.
Yeah, Lulakaweka Hundo, and what was the other one? There was one that we never heard from the promoter on. Uhari. Remember that was one that we
Is
couldn't.
that still a thing?
Yeah, it's actually still going on.
Oh.
Still going on. A favorite episode of mine, episode 164, Ian Boswell, after his Croatan buck 50 win.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was
I got hooked up with him in a Waffle House. That sounded really bad. We were in Waffle House after Croatan, and I messaged him. I was like, hey, we should do an episode together.
I remember that because I was buggering you, and you kept going back and forth, and it was I haven't heard from him, and it's like, oh, we got a message, and
Yeah.
he was so generous with his time.
Oh, yeah.
And folks, if there's anybody out there that hasn't listened to that episode, do yourself a favor. I think he was anticipating that we were going to want to talk to him all about gravel bikes and bike tech, and I think initially he told us he was going to give us like 15 or 20 minutes. We had him for an hour, and all we did, I think we talked a lot about his chicken farm.
Yeah,
up
life.
in New England and training in New England and stuff like that. So episode 171, Cynthia the Watt Wagon, we had her on after one of her big wins, I think. One of her first big wins.
I forgot which one it was.
It was overseas. I was Spain or somewhere.
Yeah.
Gordon Wadsworth. Remember having Gordon on in
yeah.
episode 193 and talking about Appalachian Journey.
Yep.
And that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed chatting with him. We should get him back.
Yeah, I
again.
want to. Remember, it was this time last year I wanted to do on the road. I
Yeah.
think he was going to be our first stop.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do that again.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be on the road
Yeah.
on our way to Florida. Gordon, we're coming to see you. If he actually listens to this and reaches out and be like, oh, no. Some favorite things that...
Oh, hold on. Here's one I'm going to throw real quick. Oh, I guess it's
Yeah.
kind of the same thing.
What's that?
Never mind. Just keep going.
No, what I need to hear it now.
No, I just randomly found episode 36. I think it's when we started a hot dog thing.
Oh, yeah.
And Casey Fenton wrote his first message to us that we read out loud.
That's right. And we probably had already met Casey. We met Casey.
No, I think Unpaved was episode 41, and that was episode 36.
Ah.
Yeah, because we had
That's right.
Unpaved recap.
That's right. Because I remember that now. I remember that. Remember we used to do like little video clips and stuff. We met the kid at that Unpaved, and I still have like a picture on my phone of me and him. I wonder what he's doing now.
No, he's still at Salsa because...
Is he really?
I think so. I just thought I either saw an email with him signed on it or some marketing thing.
Interesting. I thought they had separated ways, and he was not. I guess
No, because I kept emailing him, but I never heard back.
I messaged him on Facebook a few times, and he was like, "Tell me more about who you are." It's like, I forget
Just
it.
send him the video.
It's like, I'll forget it. I'm not even going there. not that sounded arrogant, but I almost feel like when people hear like who we are, they're like, maybe not. Very, very, very early episode memory for me was when you were recapping your then Dirty Kansas and eating trash food off of the ground trash panda. I still think that warrants a sticker at some point in the future.
With AI now.
Yeah, I know with AI now.
Maybe I'll work one up.
You could create that, or I could create that. I think we're both playing around with that now, right?
You're better at it, but I've been.
You'll get there. It doesn't take long.
Yeah,
and I'm still not good at it. I think a lot of it is time. You know, so I use Midjourney to create sort of. And what it's done is it's like the whoopie pie sticker. The gravel whoopie pie was AI generated, but not what you see now. You feed it a lot of prompts, and you get something that gets close, and then you tweak it, and then inevitably, you always have to bring it into Photoshop, and then begin to tweak it and play with it. And the original version that came out of that sticker came out of looked more like a chocolate chip cookie with like some stuff in it, and it didn't look. What you see now is not anywhere close to what it looks like. We've had a lot of fun with stickers.
Oh yeah,
I've enjoyed doing stickers.
I was trying to think. We've done a bunch of not anything wild.
We did the pavement ends.
Oh yeah, that was one of the early ones.
That was an early one. The Steal Your Face, which was around for a while. I don't think that was ever released as a sticker though.
I had a handful of holographic ones.
That's right.
They
That's
burned
what it
in
was.
the fire.
That's what it was.
And I never reordered them. Then I lost the file, and then John
did
from the Dirtbags got it back to me, and we're back in business.
And we did patches on the little tan hats.
Yeah, I still have like 300 of those left.
Do you really have 300 of those patches?
No, it's probably 60.
You really have.
I've been sewing them on little bags.
We ought to bring a few of them to. I'm going to take a bunch of stickers with us down to Florida and do some sticker
Oh, yeah.
love
I was trying to think of where we were going. I'm still zoned out about Florida.
I'm still not sure you're going.
No. That's what Uber's for, right?
Yeah, we've had
plenty of Ubers in Florida.
You could always, if push comes to shove and you get down there, you can always just fly back too.
No, I'm hanging out in Florida for things.
If you get there and you decide it's not for you.
Yes, I'll bring a lot of those patches.
So patches and stickers, that'll be fun. But we have had a lot of fun. I really enjoy going to events and meeting people and talking to people, and I get like I still get a huge kick out of it.
Well, we're 242 in, and I still go somewhere, and people come up to me, and I still find it not weird. Like, I don't want people to think I'm weird.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm just
Yeah, just it feels strange, and especially when
people know you by your voice.
I recognize your voice.
Yeah,
that's. But I enjoy it. I love it. So if anybody out there is listening and you see us at events, please come up to us and touch us. Because that's that's the only place you can do it. Got to be careful what I say in the store. So we're in the shop now. Got to be be gentle, bro.
That's fun, and it's had some good friendships. Like I got to stay with Casey at Unpaved.
Yeah,
I've met a lot of people, and we've been to events and
Yeah.
camped out with people. And
I mean, it's such a long list. Ted.
Who?
We launched Ted's career as a gravel influencer, I think.
I think it all comes
Ted,
back to us.
Yeah, Ted, would you agree with that? You know, comment if you think that, you know, you owe us.
'Cause I think the first time we met
stickers.
Ted was the Boxing Day ride in 2019, because we did one in 2018, which is where we gave out stickers in the parking lot.
Do you remember, though, how we initially connected with Ted? Is he saw the video that I did on Slate Springs when Jerry and Austin and I went up.
Isn't that a buried episode that never got released?
It's a video. Yeah,
no,
but
the first Ted episode.
The Ted episode, we actually interviewed Ted and talked about that. The quality was so bad because remember I was down in Florida. And we were trying to do all the Zoom stuff,
home office thing.
Yeah, it was really bad. So maybe that file still exists somewhere.
Oh, that'd be a horrible release.
It would be a horrible release, but maybe I could clean it up because I'm a little bit better now with my skills on a computer.
You'd probably throw it in a generator.
Probably just AI it.
Yeah.
We could recreate the entire episode just with AI.
It might be worth paying someone $5 on Fiverr to do all the work.
I think I probably if it's just some audio quality issues, I could probably clean it up. I want to look on my old computer and see if it's there. I've got everything. I don't throw anything away. It's all there. So, but Ted is our sticker hookup.
Mm-hmm.
Ted is he really probably launched us, I think, because I did the initial logo sticker.
Yeah.
And I think the Love You Bye.
He gave us about 1,000 Love You Buys.
Oh my goodness!
And then another 1,000 more recently.
So many Love You Buys, which I really love sending those out to people. I love handing those out to people. The logo is.
I love seeing them on. I'll be at an event or somewhere and see it on someone's frame.
Yeah. And then the jersey. I see the jersey every once in a while. You'll see somebody with the logo on a jersey sleeve, and remember the old, the very first run jersey, the orange and blue.
Oh, that's still my favorite.
Really?
I love that one.
I like, well.
I love it because, I'll be at an event or any ride, and I can point that out easier than the other one.
True.
It's very distinct.
True. It's colorful.
But it's simple and elegant.
Yeah, I do. Maybe we should bring that back.
Why don't we just do another run of those with an up, because the jersey styles changed from Phillip.
I would love to have that pattern in the new style with the bigger zippers.
The matte zipper.
Oh yeah,
That's
a
a
good
button
idea.
down.
And then maybe we could do the matching shorts for it too, matching bib shorts with the cargos. Oh, that is
Cargos with
exactly what we're doing. That is
I'm
exactly.
going to AI it and then tell Phillip. No, I'm just kidding. No, Phillip will have. There's still real designers out in the world.
Yeah. Yes. Well, like I said, you can get AI is going to do.
I'm going to start that this week so that it's ready for Croatan.
Okay. Yeah, let's get that out there. That shouldn't be hard to do. We could actually just say,
sometimes it's like an 8-week lead time, and we're already almost in February, basically.
Yeah, we're getting close to the window of time, so we have to get a hold of Phillip quickly.
I'll text him today.
Okay, cool. Let's do that. I'm excited about that. I would rebuy. I want that again.
Yeah.
I'm
thinking about doing a button down.
Oh yeah, let's have some fun with that.
I want to see what other stuff Phillip offers as far as clothes.
So didn't we do it?
Cycling caps too.
We didn't do a tech tee in that, did we?
Yes, we did.
We did. I can't remember whether we did or didn't.
I think so. Jack wears it.
Okay. It would be fun to do a revised version of that, like a mountain bike version.
Yeah.
Like not just a tee, like an actual mountain bike version with some longer sleeves and a little bit looser. That would be fun.
Yeah.
Okay, we got all sorts of stuff we're planning. I love these kind of episodes. So yes, fun with stickers, fun with patches. Remember we did
a lot of shirts. You did a lot of shirts.
A lot of shirts.
The buttons were cool.
The buttons were cool. I'm actually thinking about getting some of those again.
Oh, me too.
But instead of doing like the pin back or the they have like the.
I want the ones that you push through and then
and you put the back piece.
Yeah,
on.
they're
We're
cool
talking
frame
about the same
bags.
thing.
If you want to make sure it's not waterproof anymore, just put a hole in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, you could drop a little silicone on the back of it,
Yeah.
and then put the pin over it to keep it in place.
Yeah.
I think but they're expensive. They're expensive.
Yeah.
They're not something.
We get paid a lot of money, so it's okay.
You get paid a lot of money. I do all this for free. This is probably, I don't want to Debbie Downer, but you want to look at some reviews? And I did say we were going to do this, but I want to look at some of the good ones. And if I can get my computer to actually work, maybe we could actually go find them. I had everything open. Well, maybe we're not going to do that. Maybe we're not going to go look at reviews because my computer's all locked up.
That's fine. It's probably best we don't.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. We won't then.
You have reviews on there. But I was trying to think, we had a long run of the hot dog segments.
As you remember, I went to a couple places in Florida when I was down there.
I did some
really good hot dogs.
Because I think I discovered the Harbor Dog too. Then we were doing them on my patio.
Yep.
And then we did pickle pizza. And we were doing pierogies in a timely fashion, for unpaved. And
that was fun.
What other weird stuff?
Good times.
We did it on the road with Alex and Chris before.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right. We went up to Frederick.
Yeah.
And met them at like a coffee shop.
Like a coffee shop community center.
And Larry came in for that.
Oh, yeah.
And he sat in the corner. And he was like, he was our enforcer. So if Chris and Alex got out of hand.
Because I think that either that morning, I think Wes was living with me then.
Okay.
Actually living with me.
That's when
I think he came down and he shaved his face.
Yes. No, he messed up and shaved his beard off. He
kept the mustache.
He kept the mustache, which was super creepy on Wes. Well, we weren't going to talk about Wes.
Yeah.
Super creepy on Wes, just having the mustache, and he shaved the whole beard off because he messed up and shaved a part of it. I've still got a picture of that somewhere.
Oh, I have it.
Yeah.
I just remember sitting at the breakfast table, and watching him walk down the stairs. It's like, all right, well, I guess we're going to work looking like that.
I honestly still think the best part about all of this, because we ain't getting rich off of this, but the best part has been, like we were just talking about, the opportunity to meet people. Yeah. There's so many people that I never would have met. I mean, tons and tons. You probably would have encountered a lot of these people in your travels because you're in the bike world. I'm not. I'm just sort of an average rider.
You're in the traveling bike world.
Yeah, but it's a different group of people. It's a much different group of people than what you're.
I mean, I don't know if I would have been on Dave Pryor's favorite list in his phone contacts. Like in the top. Like I have my favorites. Actually, you're on my favorites.
Oh, am I really?
I have to be on Dave and Matt's.
Otherwise, you don't see the text. They scroll off.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
I'm really bad at it.
I know. If you don't make the top, 9 people you can put up at the top?
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's something like 9 you can put up at the top. If you're not in the top 9 on Joey's phone, then it's just you get shuffled off the bottom. And that's
it's my family, you, and Jess. The next one is, hey, Chris is on there. And
Chris
then I got my
there?
2 sub-work groups.
I can't remember who mine are.
Like I said, I just assume I was on Dave's.
Family stuff and you and a couple of friends.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. So,
but no, it's been nice. Even this year, I just built Dave's rodeo for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As a shop, we got Matt Hawkins a new Epic Pro.
Mm-hmm.
We've done other business with the podcast.
Bruce,
the shop.
The e-bike.
Bruce has been on. That's just this year alone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's probably tons of other stuff. I'm just totally forgetting about it.
Yeah. It's just that's beyond all of that stuff. It's just the people. What's been one of your favorite events that we've gone to sort of as a presence?
As a presence, I know exactly. I didn't have to think about it, but I also have to think about how to word it to not offend, because there hasn't been an event I've been to that I haven't really loved.
Right.
But I think as a whole, from start to finish,
I know exactly what you're going to say.
Enjoying it
Let's say it at the same time.
Was Croatan 2023.
Yeah, this last one.
I think if Matt would have, I texted Matt a couple weeks after. I said, if you would have just had a band, a live band or something, there'd be nothing better to go to for anyone.
No, you could make your entire vacation
just just
wrapped around that.
What is Kevin's band from The Office? That would have been great. They only do
it was a police cover band.
Yeah.
Scranton City or something.
Yeah.
Scrantonicity. Like
a Swansboronicity or something. Everything about Croatan. And I think if you don't, there's plenty of people that get to beach houses, but it's the camping, it's being right there.
I believe that's
the
true.
Ride is nice.
Yep.
100% of all of that.
It's the whole of the package, and I think a part of the magic for me in that is what you just said, the camping. Everybody's together. Mm-hmm. There's no coming together and going apart, coming together.
And you're in a racetrack.
Yeah, I mean, how much fun is that?
Random Mustang doing a hot lap. Well, people are doing hot laps.
Folks, if you're not signed up for $150 in the spring, it's early, I know, but do it. Go do it.
Yeah,
just go do it. Because
Matt's introducing shorter distances this year. If you want to, if getting out of your comfort zone is doing 20 miles, he's got it for you.
Yeah, yep. And it's just so much fun. It's hard to even describe it without experiencing it. We had 30 people sitting around that little ring ding
for the whole weekend
campfire, and
I hate how many people leave after the event.
Yeah.
They're missing out on the actual fun.
Campfire was like that too.
Yeah.
They missed out a lot by not staying the second night. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
It was enjoyable. But Matt's a humble person, but doesn't mean I don't love going to Dirty Kitten.
So Dirty Kitten,
absolutely love
Growly Cat.
Mm-hmm. I've only spectated the one,
the July heat wave.
July one, and I actually went on a cool day. No, thank you. But I love Alex and Chris. Unpaved 2021.
Yes,
was the hardest day on the bike for me in years.
Mm.
That 99 mile or whatever I did.
Another one for me, Grusk.
Yeah. Grusk is my most. What did I tell Travis the other day?
Well,
It's my favorite event I've never been to.
Yeah, and we're going to get you there. I think this year you need to make it a priority. And I know you said one of the things that you're going to do for the shop. We don't do resolutions.
Well, I'll say this happened this year. Is I was all stressed out about the timing, and then those days I was here, I was like, oh, we're on cruise control. I totally could have went for just go out for a couple days.
Yeah,
but
it's such a getaway with Grusk too, because there's goods and there's bads when you kind of lose contact, when you lose touch. When you go to Grusk and when you spend the weekend there and you field camp, you're out of touch for 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, there ain't no cell phone service.
The Wi-Fi it's there, but it's not designed, I guess, for the volume of people to come in like they do for Grusk. So it's really hard to get on. It's really hard if you're lucky if you can get a little service here and there. So what a magical weekend! Beautiful
and there's lasagna
place
out there.
Yes, yeah, and meeting like Jason and Jeremy and Daryl and that whole crowd.
Yeah. When I met Daryl at a whole separate event too.
Yeah. Such great people. Just such.
Yeah, Grusk is my favorite event that I've never been to.
Okay, we're gonna get you there.
Without all of the events. What other I love Loudon 1725.
That's my favorite event that I've never done.
Oh, you've never been there?
I've signed up for it a couple of times.
I love that route and the hospitality.
That's something we need to do this year.
Yeah,
I'd like to do it.
Jess did it a year or two without me.
It's in June, right? Like mid-June.
It's like first week of June.
First week of June. Okay, I have to check. I might have a conflict, but we'll see. We'll see. It'd be on my radar for sure.
Yeah, no, there's like I said, there hasn't been anything I haven't enjoyed. There's something about I think because we had Alex and Chris with us and they weren't working, so they were able to relax. And Jack and Gabe and all my friends like that were there. Chris was there, you were there, Jess was there, Ted's crew with Swing Bike John and everyone, and Drew were there. It was fun.
Yeah.
And then Matt, and then Eric randomly showed up with whoopie pies and food and and his crew, and then Matt came over with more food. And then the ride itself, it was the perfect condition ride, a little gray, a little rainy, gravelly, gritty.
Yeah. That whole there was something about that specific, not even Croatan, but that year.
Yeah.
There was something pretty magical about that year. And you can chase that. Again, you can chase it, but it's going to be hard to find.
Yeah.
And I think you can always chase something like that. Unless Matt decides to bring in a band. A nice little, not a loud band. So
I want a folky bluegrass.
When we were at Gravel
that
Worlds,
plays a little Van Halen.
Yes. Yeah. When we were at
Dave's going to shoot me for saying that.
When we were at Gravel Worlds, which was also another fun event to go halfway across the country and see so many people that we knew. I really kind of got a kick out of that. A lot of us, went. A lot of those folks went with us, and then Dave was there, and then people that we'd met, Jason and Sophia. That was a tremendous amount of fun. Their music choices were not quite to my liking. I loved the expo that they had. Got to see a lot of people, got to meet a lot of people. The folks from Orange Mud, that was a pretty special experience we had with them. But it was just this heavy rock band with nobody listening to it. And so it was just it was tough. It was tough. You're actually drinking out of an unpaved mug, aren't you?
It's an unofficial unpaved. There's not many people with it.
It's I was just noticing that it's all worn out.
Evan unpaved 2 years ago when I was working at the Hush Money booth. Whoever does Evan's clay, I forgot the name of this company.
Oh, I remember you got that. Yeah.
He had a handful of them. They didn't come out like he wanted.
Yeah.
So it's Ghost unpaved. I love it. It's my favorite mug.
It's you got to know to know.
My second favorite mug's my Nittany mug.
If you know, you know. Then that's
it's beautiful.
Well, man,
what was your? So we agreed on Croatan.
Oh yeah, favorite event. Yeah, absolutely. But
what's your favorite thing as a whole?
We just talked about the fact that we met people. I think it's for me. Doing the podcast has inspired me to sort of get out of my own comfort zone. Yeah, which I think is kind of cool.
I don't think I'd be riding the same stuff.
Going to Gravel Worlds. I mean, going halfway across the country to ride gravel in Nebraska, and some of these things that probably would not have entered my radar otherwise that now are here because you get to know the people, and it becomes more than just a bike ride. It's community. It's more than an event. It's more than the people. It's more than it's all of those things, blended together. And the fact that Wes isn't here anymore. You know, that's probably what.
You know what should be our biggest highlight
What?
of the podcast?
What? What's that?
Is the fact that Larry got a tattoo on his leg.
Of our leg, of our logo.
I think everything we mentioned, too, we have been with Larry.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, LFP. Yeah.
It's like the full-on unofficial official.
Yeah, well, he's an amazing guy.
Yeah.
He's an amazing guy for sure, and we all do. Larry, I know you listen every week.
We all love Larry.
We all love Larry. We do appreciate Larry.
We can hang out with Larry in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we're gonna get to see Larry here when he comes down. I guess we can talk about this now.
Yeah.
Because is that it's still hanging over there. Larry has joined the Rodeo Labs family.
The Tire Radio Labs, the Pinky in the Air group.
Yes, the Tie group, and Larry's that he's going to tear.
Larry deserves that bike.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. He's. What's going to be the problem is if we can keep him from strapping everything under the sun on that bike, he is going to be so freaking fast.
Well, say
It's gonna be
hits the
ridiculous.
verge. Larry got his first real gravel bike from me in 2019.
Yeah, I remember.
No, it was right before COVID in 2020. We had that party.
It was. I remember going up,
and we rode the next day.
Yes, I remember that. We went down
Wes was still
to
there.
Point Lookout.
Yeah.
That's right. But I remember with Larry, the first unpaved we did when we did the lead out, and Larry was with us.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we didn't even talk about that.
Yeah, we did the lead out. Ted King was behind us. First time I ever started and finished a race ahead of Ted King. He did a lot more miles than me, but that's okay. Larry was with me, and we did the shortcut, and we kind of turned and went up towards where the chase was. And I remember having a conversation with him because he was on his cross
trail.
His cross trail. And I was like, Larry, you need a gravel bike because he couldn't get it off the big ring.
Yeah, he did everything in like a 50-tooth.
Yes.
With like 1134 in the back.
Yes. And I think I did like a whole video. I was like, Larry, take my camera. I think I did a whole video where I told Betsy that Larry needed a new bike.
He got one.
He got one.
But this thing is twofold more capable.
Oh my goodness.
Like the tire clearance, the handling, the ride quality, everything.
My God.
The abilities is ridiculous.
If we can just tone him back and say, Larry, you don't need to carry all that stuff with you, buddy. Just bring him back.
You probably need to weigh him down a little bit.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But that's if he does that, he will literally just ride away from all of us. So I like having a wall of stuff in front of Larry.
Yeah.
So he can't really see where he's going.
Just put a pizza rack on there.
I tell you what, that is a beautiful bike.
Yeah,
that's an absolute.
I actually have all the parts. I'm going to start building it, except for the seat post.
It's still kind of stripped down over there.
I've just been busy.
Nice. Well, we'll get to see Larry a couple weeks and get to see that bike in a finished state and go for a ride or two, and that's going to be a lot of fun. Maybe we should. I know he's coming from West Virginia down here. Maybe we should plan go to put him in the car and go over to Loudon and ride some gravel over there, or someplace that maybe he's never been or something, or just here. Okay.
I don't think he's ridden like the average Joe route, or
probably not.
We should do a Lesby Solomon's, like Millbridge, Drum Point,
to see
Brooms
all the
Island.
things. To see all the things.
Do it along. Well, we'll see how my legs
awesome.
feel. I might be dead.
Well, he could go do all that, and we could just do the AJR, and
No.
you'd probably finish all at the same time.
No, we need to go to what is that, like Parker's Creek, or what's that one road we found like a year or two ago, and all the fun, beautiful back roads no one sees.
Yeah. Parker's Wharf. Wharf. Yeah. That ball, Brooms Island.
There was one last thing I was going to... Oh, do you remember our first anniversary? We gave away a Sayers rack?
Yes, I
Alex
do.
and Chris might or might not still have.
Yeah. That's right.
Was it it was a Sayers rack.
Yeah, it was a Sayers rack. I got them to do... That was back when I was still...
a raffle.
I was still a Saris brand ambassador back in the days when, brand ambassadors were a thing.
I've been noticing on the socials that's coming back around, and I hate it.
Well, it's just a different term for influencer.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
Yeah.
I get tired of it.
It's a more official influencer, I think, and it'll probably be around for a couple of years, and then it'll go away again.
Yeah.
So, I only have one this or that this week.
Yeah.
It's just one. It's a simple one. And maybe we can come up with some more, but I started to write them.
I got one.
Okay, you got one?
I didn't look at it.
Wait, I'm going to give you the very first one, and we've dabbled audio or video.
Oh, just audio.
Just audio, yeah.
The video, as much tech stuff that I do for you, was very difficult.
Yeah, it was. I keep thinking at some point there would be a simpler way to set that up, and maybe we could get back to it. But you're right. It was just having all the computer.
Well, we haven't done it in a while, and maybe like there's probably a way easier way nowadays.
I think still think OBS and just clicking the button.
Rich wants us to Twitch stream or something.
Yeah. I think there's probably easier ways to do it, but it was just a lot of work, and I really do the workflow for audio. It was funny. We had this set up. We're using our little mobile setup, and we had the little mobile setup up at Hush Money after the fall.
And it worked great.
Any kids in the shop now? After the fall, fuck around. And I remember talking to Nathan, and he was like, "That looks really cool." He's like, and he mentioned, he's like, "That's probably going to really, you could get a whole bunch of interviews at events." And
We're taking this in the truck to Florida.
Oh hell yeah! Oh yeah!
You're gonna wear this one while driving. I'm not even joking.
I don't think I'll do that. But I remember talking to Nathan. He's like, "You can get so much content, or you won't have to work as much." And I kind of giggled. I'm like, "I ain't a whole lot of work. I've figured this out." And I think that's.
Well, I think video would be easier if we had someone working for us.
Well, let's just hire somebody.
An intern.
Let's get an intern. We'll hire Steven.
Steven the intern. Yeah.
We'll just hire Steven the intern.
Yeah. Well, they have to pay us too.
Well,
That's what I said before,
of course.
Yeah.
They would have to pay for stickers, and maybe they could just buy some of the things that we give away, and they would the privilege of working for us.
Yeah, I need a new MacBook so they can buy that for us.
That'll get me another bad review. That comment right there, talking about interns.
Yeah, not me though. I'm young.
We are not actually serious about having interns pay us. We're not actually serious about even getting an intern.
Yeah, that was
so it's all purely just.
You got to clarify all that stuff now.
Yeah, you got to be very careful with all the things you say. What was the one you said? You said you had one.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Podcast or new podcast?
Oh, podcast. Yeah. All day long.
I thought that's what it was going to be. I don't look at show notes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I actually don't look at the this or that's anymore just to be surprised.
I know.
Unless I come up with them.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this has been such a joy. And I know at times it's a lot of work, and especially early, the learning curve early was tough.
Yeah.
Really fighting with it. And do you remember the first few episodes where we would record it and then me, you, and Wes would sit there and listen to it?
Yes. We would sit in your Danica Patrick room with a tree on the wall.
Sit in my daughter's bedroom where we were recording.
With microphones facing backwards. Wes would be so liquored up. And that's when I realized Wes might have had a problem. No, I realized it way before that. But
oh man, those were the days. It was fun, and we really don't miss Wes.
I text him. I get like one text a year back.
We hear from him
on Thanksgiving.
Occasionally, we will hear from him.
Yeah,
but not very often. He's living his life.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing his thing up in Michigan, and I wonder if he still has that Fargo.
No. Oh yeah, no. He had the Fargo. He had the Fargo and the Warbird.
He took the Fargo with him, though.
Yeah, he probably sold that stuff.
You think so?
He doesn't know what a bike is anymore.
I don't know.
Not that there's a problem with that.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing his thing.
It just was just part of his life for 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, and he's got skills. There's no doubt. I mean, he was a pretty decent mechanic.
He was okay.
Yeah, he's just fair.
He was all right.
I didn't like him to work on any of my bikes.
No. Me neither.
I can't imagine anybody working on any of your bikes. Do you have anybody that you would trust some people with your bike? Who are some people you would trust to work on your bike?
Everyone here.
Because you trained them.
No, they're all smart. Okay. They're all confident.
Yeah. Well, you don't wrench a lot anymore.
Yeah, I do sometimes. I dread working on my own bike.
Why?
Like I actually, because I'm lazy. It was some day last week. I cleaned my drivetrain on my rodeo for the first time since I got it.
I need to do that. I need to clean my bike before it goes.
Oh yeah, I got
to Florida.
I actually got to clean some of my rust off.
Yeah, I've got to clean it up, and I'm not going to put a new chain on it. I know it's probably due for a new chain, but I'm not going to mess with that now. I'm probably blowing the cassette up. But that's okay.
I wouldn't do it before Florida.
I'm not doing anything like that. I'm just getting all the muck off.
No.
Not doing anything like that before Florida. That's a recipe for disaster. But after we get back from Florida, I'll probably have some things to do to that bike to get it.
Your brakes sound good now, so.
Yeah, I tell you what, man, that has been so nice, and I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna clean them again before we go to Florida because it's easy.
I'm not.
I am. It's really easy, and the way you laid that out and presented that, it's not a big job. It's not a big job. Makes a huge difference. Although I do think I probably need to get a spare set of brake pads to carry with me.
Yes, I might do that.
And trips, because there are definitely some chunks missing out of my pads. So, well, listen, we're getting ready to wrap this thing up, but I want to thank everybody who has listened to every single episode, or even just one episode.
Even the people that are here from the early episodes.
Yeah, those people that are here from the way back. That's
especially the single digiters.
Yeah,
there's a lot of them still.
Yeah, that's.
Except there was that one sound guy that really hated us. The sound engineer. He's probably not with us anymore.
He was actually a Patreon for a while.
Not anymore.
And no, he actually had some really great insight.
He did, but he hated us.
And then we fixed a lot of things. I'd be curious to see if somebody help us celebrate. Go over there. We've got a 4.5-star review rating.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Apple, and it's only because we've got all these 5 stars, and then a couple of people gave us 3 stars because I talk too much.
Yeah. Have you read that one out loud, right?
Oh yeah.
A
little less Brian because I'm full of myself. But honestly, I think if I wasn't talking so much, we would have a lot of dead air.
I could talk more, but I'm not allowed to. No,
I want to get all the people to talk so much.
Well, it's tough because you're a pretty good interviewer.
Yeah.
But I haven't dabbled into it much because I can't.
Well, you got a full-time job. I don't.
No, you got to flow with it.
Yeah.
And also, I think interviewing, like I listen to some other podcasts where there's like 4 people interviewing one person.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare.
Yeah. I think your guests get a little overwhelmed.
Yeah.
When you're coming at them from all different angles, unless you've done a lot of prep work.
Yeah.
Unless you've done.
Then it's really too scripted.
Yeah. And we really don't. I mean, the way that we do this, what you hear is what we do.
I can't emphasize enough how much we don't do.
We don't do any. I do very little.
Nothing.
I add the bumper music on either end, and I adjust the levels to make sure the levels are good.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Every so often, I'll do Strava Club for you, and you're like, wow, thanks.
I used to go through and take out all the ums and ahs. And
it was bad at first.
Yeah, it was real bad at first.
And it didn't have the flow and wasn't used to it.
Still probably is. There's probably a lot of it.
I think we have confidence now.
I do try to go through when we have guests. I want to make sure that I make my guests sound smart and take out a lot of their pauses and ums and ahs. I do like to do that. I do like to do that because I want to make them be the best that they can be. And I think ums and ahs are just a normal part of everyday conversation.
Yeah.
So it's not like there's any real problem with it. But okay, you ready to shut this one down?
Yep.
All right. Thanks again, everybody, for listening to this episode and to any episodes that you've listened to of Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. If you've enjoyed the podcast and you want some free stickers, jump on over to Patreon.
It's probably the best time to sign up.
Oh, absolutely.
Because of the next sticker.
Absolutely.
And then you can cancel the next month, but you'll probably forget it, which is why subscriptions work out so well. If you want a whoopie pie sticker.
If you want a whoopie pie sticker, come in there and
and
sign up for a month and then go away. Probably be less than if you cost to buy it.
Probably.
That's the absolute way to do it. But we really do appreciate the support that we get through Patreon. Joey, how can folks get in touch with us?
GravelTravelDirt.com, and our Instagram is at Mid-Atlantic GTD. Or if you're at the rodeo rally, you can actually touch me.
Yep.
I will be sleeping on the ground.
That's right. No rooftop tent.
No.
Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt is recorded this week from right here at the Patuxent Adventure Center in Solomons, Maryland. Thanks for riding along. Until next time, do good, be nice, go slow, respect others.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.